gentlemen, Rathalos here from Team Coco Rame, and I'm going to do a little video on my Dragunity deck. I recently topped Yakima, which is where I live, Yakima Locals, going completely undefeated, 6-0, defeating 2 Saber decks, 1 Karakuri deck, 2 Frog Monarch decks, and Debris Synchro, I guess. Anyway, this is my first ever major win, so I was pretty proud of myself. Unfortunately, the store that we go to isn't sanctioned by Konami, so don't get any cozy points for that. So I wouldn't be able to get like a regional invite if they even have those. I'm not real familiar with how the big tournament scene works. Lighting in this video sucks. Anyway, I figured I would share my deck list, because if I can win with it, I figure everyone else can win with it, and Dragunities aren't too terribly hard to make. There is a special mindset you have to use going into it. You have to remember that the most important thing, at least for me, I think the most important thing I always had to keep in mind when I was dueling with the Dragunity deck is that I was always thinking, I'm going to try to draw out his back row right now, and when I do this, I need to have a turn, I need to have something I can do next turn as well. Also, on a side note, I got 3 packs for winning, and I had 2 Cerberels, which I traded for Psyblockers, and the third one I packed was Trishula. Yes! So anyway, here's the deck list. Sorry for the really shaky cam, I'm using my webcam. So the deck list starts out like this. I'll explain my deck choices later. 3 Dragunity Ducks. This is one of the key cards that holds the deck together. If I could run like 5 of these, I would. Sadly, we've got that 3-card limit. Dux is wonderful in Dragunities. He steps up to Vajrayana. Basically, this gives you access to basically any synchro monster you want. You can go level 6, you can go level 8. Done correctly, with the right field, you can go up to 9, you can go to 6, 5, whatever. I already said 6. So yeah, Dux is your key card, and it helps. He's got that synchro crap, but he's also a 1900 beat stick when you've got when you have him equipped with something. And if you equipped him with Atlas over here, then he's a 1900 beat stick that blows up something if he gets destroyed, which is one of the most amazing things about Dragunities. Next up is Dragunity Legionnaire. This card is totally freaking broken, along with this card and that card over there. Sorry, really bad glare. Basically every card in this deck is broken. Legionnaire is basically you grab a Dragunity from your graveyard, equip it to him, and if you grab Atlas, his effect is, actually, it doesn't matter, any Dragunity you add to him, you can use his effect, is pop 1 face-up monster your opponent has by sending it to the graveyard. So if you summon this guy and grab this guy, you can basically blow up 2 cards they control just at the cost of your normal summon. So that's constantly making your opponent want to waste their Solemn Warnings and stuff like that. When I dueled 6 Sams, this card was my out to Xian. This is what got rid of Xian for me, and I had to look at a lot of Xian that duel. Those duels, I guess. But yeah, this card's really good. Next up is Dragunity Atlas. Dragunity Atlas is amazing. I mean, it's easily one of the best cards in the deck. When he's normal summoned, you can special summon a Dragunity monster from your hand and equip it to this card. When this card's sent to the graveyard, while equipped it into a monster, select 1 card in the field and destroy it. That's amazing. The only problem is that if they only have 1 card, and like let's say they have no cards on their side of the field, you have this equipped to like a Dux or something, and they MST it, you have to blow up your own Dux, which really sucks. But at the same time, you can't miss your timing, so that's pretty good. I mean, this card's amazing because no matter where it is, in your hand, in your grave, it always works. Next up, 2 Dragunity Phalanx. I only have 2, and frankly, I only need 2. Most people run 2 Atlas. I don't like that at all. I like the ability to have Atlas whenever I need it. But with the 2 Phalanx, I've never run into a situation where I went, damn, if there was 1 more Phalanx in my deck, 1 more Phalanx in my graveyard, I'd just be set. Because, I mean, there's really not a whole lot you can do to get rid of this. There's always, the possibility they'll get rid of it, but it's never come back to bite me yet. Next up is a tech choice of mine that I'm really glad I made. Get the light out of there. Triple Reborn Tengu. Triple Reborn Tengu basically made the deck for me. It just adds a little bit of defense, a little bit of I guess you could say, basically it adds just a little bit of consistency with its defense, and not to mention it's a level 4. And the wonderful thing about that is that you can go Legionnaire, Phalanx, Tengu, Synchro Summon Trishula, Mistworm, whatever, have another Tengu there, and if you go Mistworm, you can bounce all their back row and just run them over, or Trishula and do broken Trishula stuff. Tengu is amazing in pretty much everything. Unfortunately, I only run one Avarice, which makes Tengu a little bit less ridiculous. I will never run 2 Avarice in anything ever again. I've dead drawn 2 Avarice on my first turn way too many times for me to like that card very much. I mean, it's great at 1, but I'm never going to run it at 2 again. Finally, my last tech choice is 2 DD Crow. DD Crow actually worked pretty well for me. It's really great. I like maining it. It's a wing beast, so you can actually do some funny synchro stuff with it, but I've never summoned it for something like that. It's great in so many different ways. You know, you break opponents' Avarices, break their Monster Reborns, just all sorts of stuff like that. Originally I was going to do Effect Veiler, but I don't have any because I have the worst luck because I have this frickin' cursed Draco Equist mat. I've pulled 8 Super Draco Equists, maybe 9 now, from Yusei 5, and not one single Effect Veiler. That is terrible. Anyway, back to the point. DD Crow actually helped me out a lot, and if you ever run into like Gravekeepers, you just side it out for something else. So that's the monster lineup. There's only, what, 9, 10, 11, 16 monsters. The original formula, I was only going to go with 11 or 14 or something like that, but I didn't like that very much. I like to at least have some monsters. Anyway, so that's the monster lineup. Alright, next up we'll do the spell lineup. Triple Dragon Ravine, absolutely necessary. Being able to search any card in your deck and synchro. Basically, this card leads to instant synchroing like mad, which is just the basic how Dragunities run. Anybody who doesn't know that needs to really look up Dragunities. The only drawback to this card is that if they chain an MST or a Dust Tornado to it, its effect goes off and you've pitched for nothing. But sometimes you just need that pitch in the graveyard to, you know, have your next move. So that's still fine. It's an amazingly broken card. Next up, 2 Terraforming. I think I like it at 2. I could run 3. Just searches out your Dragon Ravines, and that's 5 Dragon Ravines right there, basically, so that's pretty good. Triple Cards of Consonance. Most people only run 2. I like it at 3. Having the 5 tuners works pretty good. Not to mention, anytime you draw like 3 tuners your first hand, you really need to get rid of them, get them in the graveyard. So Cards of Consonance good for that. My single Pot of Avarice. I like 1 Pot of Avarice. I think a lot of people play 2, but ugh. I should with Tengu, but I don't know. I've dead drawn it way too many times for me to like it. You know, that could be an MST, that could be a Giant Trunade, Cards of Consonance, Ducks. See, there's just so many things the Pot of Avarice could be that isn't. Mind Control. Mind Control is hilarious in this deck, because, like, let's say they've got a Stardust out, I Mind Control that, I Mind Control that when I've got Phalanx out. That's Trident Dragon right there, Scrap Dragon, whatever. You know, anything they have out, I can turn into a Trident Dragon. It's hilarious. 2 MST, this is all staple stuff. There we go. 2 MST, I like being able to get rid of their back row. That's a pretty important part of my deck, because I can run basically anything over, because I have the ability to synchro whatever I want. But, you know, Bottomless and Solemn Warnings really eat my deck, which sucks, but so that's that. Giant Trunade just really helps for OTK pushes. In a deck that can drop Trident Dragon with very little effort, Giant Trunade is absolutely amazing. I think I FTK'd someone at the tournament. I think it was the Debris Dandy guy. I think game 2 I FTK'd him with Trident Dragon because of this card, which was really cool. Monster Reborn. If you've got Monster Reborn in your hand in this deck, then, I mean, it's... I hate to say that's a game, but it kind of is. I think there was only 1 duel where I drew Monster Reborn and didn't get some wacky Monster Reborn play that led to a Trident Dragon push that gave me game. Monster Reborn's amazing in this deck. Monster Reborn's amazing in every deck, but it's really amazing in this deck. Last spell is Dark Hole. Yeah, it's Dark Hole. I don't need to explain that very much. Actually, I found myself pitching this for Dragon Ravine pretty often. Man, that's really bad glare. off my shiny gold rare mind control. Anyway, so yeah, I found myself pitching this quite often, so maybe I'll put in something different and more useful, but you know, Dark Hole's always nice. If they're pushing back hard, then it's nice to have it. The deck's pretty offensive, so you don't find that too often. Usually if they've gotten you down to a point where you needed to Dark Hole, you're probably going to lose anyway. So that's that. Now onto the traps. Alright, trap lineup now. Two-dimensional prison, because it's deep prison and it's amazing. I don't like my opponent having Stardust, so deep prison's nice for that. One Torrential Tribute. Torrential Tribute's amazing in anything that runs Tengu. I've made so many ridiculously stupid plays off of Torrential Tribute in this deck. It's great, you know. It's Torrential Tribute, what can you say? One Bottomless Trap Hole. I think I have another one side decked. It worked pretty good at one. It did what it needed to, so I'm glad with that. One Mirror Force, Bad Glare. I don't know. I usually found myself siding out Mirror Force. I don't think it's been particularly useful. I mean, too often, it seems to me, just too often they have, you know, they have a Stardust ready or something like that, or a Sheehan or whatever. It's just not helpful. I think I'm probably going to find Black Horn of Heaven and put those in. 2 7 Tools of the Bandit. 7 Tools is always nice. I really like 7 Tools of the Bandit. It really helps you push a little bit harder. However, I am thinking about testing 2 Trap Stun instead. There was a couple duels where it would have been really nice. I probably would have won even faster if I had been able to Trap Stun at the beginning of the turn. Plus, it's chainable, so, you know, I guess 7 Tools is too, but, you know, if they activate MST and blow up your face down, might as well 7 Tools. So anyway, that's the deck. This has been a pretty long video. Hopefully I can edit it down small enough. I'm thinking I might take this light out in the next one. Whatever. I'll sit back here. That works. Anyway, that's the deck list. I hope you guys liked it. It's really good. I went 6-0, so pretty good. If you guys want, try the deck out. Tell me what you think about it. If you have any tips, anything you think I should put in, I'll check it out. Anyway, I'm going to try to get up a lot more videos from now on because I haven't been doing a whole lot lately. I don't think I've done a video since Christmas. Anyway, that's it. For Team Koka Redme, I am Rathalos, and I am out.